There's been a pretty intense focus of late on ABC complaints processes and ABC reports that are biased, wrong, misleading and deceptive. No story, no major project of the ABC was more wrong, more biased or more misleading than the three-part series in 2018 they did on Donald Trump and Russia. The ABC spent, what, $1 million? $2 million? I don't know, they wouldn't say. Getting Sarah Ferguson to cobble together a three-part series that peddled and gave credence to bizarre and baseless conspiracy theories claiming that Donald Trump had colluded with Russia to get elected and that Vladimir Putin had installed his own puppet in the White House.
Tonight, we begin our special three-part investigation into the story of the century, the election of US President Donald Trump and his ties to Russia. The Kremlin's puppet master now has America dancing to his discordant tune. He couldn't have planned it better.
They actually ran this, spent your money on it, promoted it and called it the story of the century. It was embarrassingly silly stuff even back then, but every development since, every committee hearing, every special investigation, every attempt at impeachment, every indictment of individuals and revelation of facts has only clarified and reinforced how wrong this ABC journalism was. Just a bizarre case of Trump derangement syndrome carried out on the public purse. Now, I went through some of the details on this program a few weeks back, the latest indictments that put the lie to all of this. And after that program went to air, I sent the information to the ABC Complaints Department saying they really need to investigate this series and correct and apologise for everything they got wrong. You won't believe the response I got. The ABC's investigations officer, Kieran Doyle, said they don't generally investigate complaints made more than 6 weeks after broadcast. And they said the Four Corners series on Trump and Russia was published in June 2018. And so, get this, so they declined to investigate my complaint. That's a disgrace, and it must not stand, surely. The ABC and Sarah Ferguson and Four Corners were spectacularly wrong less than 3 years ago. They spent at least $1 million, surely, and gave up almost 3 hours of taxpayer-funded public broadcaster airtime, not to mention all the cross-promotions and news stories piggybacked on the series. They did all that, and it's been exposed as flatly, clearly, undeniably wrong. Trump did not collude with Russia. Trump was not installed into the White House by Russia. In fact, the claims against him were fabrications paid for and collated by his Democratic enemies. And people will now go to trial over all of this concoction. And the ABC claims none of that matters because they put it to air more than 6 weeks ago. More than 6 weeks ago. I suggest everybody who has a computer should get onto the ABC website and add their own complaints. The public broadcaster cannot be allowed to whitewash history and whitewash themselves like this. The ABC is behaving more like the Soviet-era Pravda than an accountable public broadcaster in an open democracy.